Hey, what's going on, builders? Kurosama here. So today, I am so happy to have finished the review for the GQuuuuuuX. Man, so before I even built this kit, I went ahead and watched the movie. This is one of the most unique type of series of Gundam I probably have ever seen. Extremely ambitious, but I think I'm gonna save all my comments for an actual movie review later on this week. Now, before we actually get into the review, I am going to be doing a giveaway, essentially to start off and welcome 2025, as well as to kind of commemorate the new series GQuuuuuuX. And sure enough, I will be giving away a high-grade GQuuuuuuX. I'll also be giving away this small little poster that I got from the movie premiere. So it's the beginning poster. Looks really cool, so you can go ahead and put this right next to your GQuuuuuuX. Now, all you need to do in order to enter the giveaway is subscribe to the channel if you have not already, like the video, and in the comment section below, let me know what you want to see from this channel come 2025. So there's a whole year I want to go ahead and try and explore, do a little bit more creativity, but let me know what you actually want to see from this channel. And by the week's end, I'll go ahead and select a random winner and I'll post it into the community tab. So it's not going to be its own channel, but I will post a comment here in this video as well as in the community tab, letting y'all know who won. Now, when it comes to high grade box art, this is probably going to be in the top tier list of just most beautifully designed. Honestly, everything about it is just excellent. You get the full mobile suit in picture. The thrust effects always get me. That's one of my favorite attributes about Gundams is usually its thruster effects and just like essentially how many thrusters it have. That's like one of my favorite things.
Now, taking a look at the runners, let's take a look at runner A. The A runner is going to be separated into white, yellow, orange, light blue, and gray runners. So it's a little compilation of different colors, much like most A runners are. Next is going to be runner B, which consists of the inner frame parts. And next is going to be runner C, which is going to be an all white runner. And next is going to be runner D, which is once again an all white runner. Next is going to be the light blue runner, runner E. Next is going to be runner F, which is going to be all red parts. The last runner is going to be runner G, which is going to consist of 2 effect parts. Now, for the manual, you are going to get the illustration that's on the front cover of the box. And yeah, you're just going to get black and white instructions on how to build this mobile suit. So nothing crazy. You're also going to have the color guide down here, as well as some nice little poses that you can go ahead and reference when you decide to go ahead and put yours in a dynamic pose.
After building this kit, you're really going to reflect on what a great building experience it was. Truly unique. Now, I haven't built the Gundam EX that was from the Netflix series Requiem for Vengeance. Haven't built it yet, and I hear that it's actually marvelous. It's one of like the best high grades in pretty much ever. But this, so far, this is my #1 high grade of all time in terms of build quality. It is extremely unique, it's very ambitious, and there's a lot of different things going on in here and a lot of parts that are just bonkers in terms of how they molded it as one part. Truly amazing in every single way. Now, when it comes to details, this thing is almost unmatched. I absolutely love every single design choice they put into this. So coming from the head, I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of different little tiny little screws that are into the V-fin. Unfortunately, not pre-part, like it's not a pre-assembled part, so you're gonna have to paint that. That's okay. It's just a simple drop of maybe some gunmetal or maybe some gray metal color, whatever you want to choose. But that's going to be fairly simple enough to paint. And you're going to have a bunch of those little details all over the V-fin. Now, I know a lot of people are very decisive and they're divided essentially. They don't know exactly if it's like a really great design or if it's a poor design choice. I am in the boat that it is good. It's really good. It definitely has a particular taste that is going to have to be acquired, but overall man, it's just really ambitious, and it has a lot of Evangelion kind of, feeling to it, and that's obviously because of the people that are behind this series. So they really put a lot of their Evangelion experience into this mobile suit, which I can greatly appreciate because, yeah, I love Evangelion and I love this style of mecha.
Now for the head articulation, this is going to be on a little hinge in the inside of the head, so it can go up and down, and it can go left and right because there is a ball joint right inside there for the neck. And also, this part right here is connected to the body. That is also on a ball joint, so it can move quite far down, as you can see. But if I could pull it out, you can see, bam, ball joint, pop it back in. Look at that. Insane amounts of mobility just for the head and neck. Now for the body, this is also going to be amazing articulation. It can essentially move front and back, up and down, and of course is plugged in with that little peg right there. The shoulder can go up and down, rotation at the bicep. The arm has this wonderful bend right there that just fits oh so perfectly in the bicep. The wrist can also just move freely, and the hands are going to be on ball joints. Now here for the torso, it is going to be on a ball joint, so can essentially move all around as such. And it's going to be the same here at the waist, just going to be a ball joint. And when you're looking at the back, you can see whenever you pull it forward, it's definitely going to expose some inner frame. Now for inside the hips, this is actually going to be another ball joint that the hip is going to be plugged into. And inside the hip is going to be a little peg, so that way you can actually just rotate it like so. And this part is going to be plugged into the thigh so it can rotate back and forth. And for the knee, it can bend like so. The foot, which is actually just a thruster, is going to be on a ball joint, so it can rotate quite a bit. And then this little landing gear is just going to be on this little plugged in peg, so it can go in and out. So if you want to get some like ankle bends and articulation, you're going to have to move the thruster itself. Now you've all seen the video of it bending and touching its toes, so I'm just going to go ahead and display that here. But yes, if you just bend it all the way forward, maybe the ball joint will come out, but for the most part, that is absolutely insane.
Now it is going to come with a bunch of stickers, and while some of them aren't really too bad, like your green eyes or some of the yellow-orange parts, there are going to be some that are a blend of two different colors that might be a little bit more troublesome to paint. And this is also going to have the Pomegranate and the Neo Zeong symbols, so that way you can put that either one onto the chest. This is also going to come with some marking stickers. Unfortunate, because I really would have preferred these to be water slide decals.
You get 2 accessory holding hands, and you get 2 open hands. You are going to get 2 different heads. The closed one is more for a deactive state, whereas the open one obviously displays that this mobile suit is now active. Now, we're taking a look at the backpack. The articulation is, once again, pretty damn good for a backpack. It is going to have 2 points to where it can swivel a full 360 on both areas. And there's also this little accessory, which is more than likely a core fighter for the entirety of this backpack. So you'll plug it in, and it has not been shown in the movie, but it's probably going to just dock right inside of the mobile suit, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But otherwise, this is kind of pointless until we really figure out exactly what it is. But yeah, this is probably the cockpit to the entirety of the backpack. And all you need to do is just plug it in to the back like so. Now for the beam saber, it is just going to be one part, and yeah, massive amount of details into this beam saber. But the more trippy part, now the beam saber is just going to be one part that you cut out, but it does have an enormous amount of detail, which I greatly appreciate. And of course, you can store these right in the back of these skirts, so that way you have a place to store your beam saber hilts. Now the effect parts have just a beautiful glittering effect right inside, and they are shaped so odd. Like, this is probably one of the more oddly shaped beam saber effects I've probably seen in the Gundam universe. Definitely unique and stylish. Now the rifle is made up of 3 different colors. You obviously have your gray, you're going to have your white, and you're going to have your yellow-orange. It looks good for the most part, but I do wish there was some kind of sensor, some kind of camera scope right there that was actually like a transparent color. It looks just a little bit weird as so, but no special gimmick, just a lot of good detailing going on in here. And in fact, there's actually a lot of missing paint applications that is going to be required via paint. I don't think there's really much of the stickers can help for that. Now you will get a Heat Hawk, and this is just amazing. I love the design of this, and at first I really didn't care for it when it was used by the GQuuuuuuX, but when you watch the movie, it is just spectacular in motion. I love it. I cannot wait to paint it, and this is going to be the main weapon I'm using with my painted GQuuuuuuX. Now the last item we're going to cover is going to be the shield. Now it's going to be composed of a few parts, just mainly the gray parts here and then the 2 white pieces here. So it does look really good actually. I just think there was a missed opportunity to put a emblem of some sort right there. But I'm not going to go into spoilers into what emblem could have really went there. But yeah, overall it looks pretty good, and it just clips onto the forearm pretty easily. There's just 2 little connecting points right there, and you're just going to clip it like so.
Now for my final thoughts. This is a must-buy, hands down. When it comes to high grades, this is one of the best. Maybe not the best, since I really haven't built a lot of the top tier high grades that are looming around right now, but I can firmly say after building probably about 200 to 300 high grades in my life, this is easily in a top 5, hands down. So You need to have this in your collection if you're a fan of Gundam, if you're a fan of just more unique looking designs that aren't the typical Gundam. Definitely this right here, hands down. This is one of the best, probably in that area of like beginning Gundam. A lot of people try and point to IBO as like, oh, that's not like true Gundam aesthetics, and they have a point. But beginning Gundam, that was a crazy looking design. But this right here, whew, it is bizarre. But honestly, guys, that's pretty much all I have. It's a really cool design, and I'm just happy to have it in the collection. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts on this, and are you gonna be picking it up? But that's all from me. I'll be seeing you guys in the next review. Bye-bye.